Hey there, Ron Ananian, the Car Doctor, doing something a little different today. You've heard me talk about NH Oil undercoating and their products. Well, here we are today. We're going to talk briefly about two, but then use one. Mouse Out, the one over here in the white bottle, it is a peppermint scented based oil that is used for rust prevention. Okay, like it says on the bottle there, rust and rodent prevention spray. The one on the black bottle, the rust prevention spray in the black, that's Back in Black. We're going to be using that today on a 2000 Chevy Astro van. And you'll see that in a minute, the general condition of it, because it's 23 years old, but it's pretty solid mechanically at 150,000 miles. And the customer wants to take better care of it, and we've talked to them about NH Oil undercoating and their products and what they do, and here we are. So very basic. Here we are in the shop just shooting this video. Dan's all suited up. Smile for the camera, Dan. There he is, folks. Finally, Dan on camera. All right, we've got him in a Tyvek suit today. You can choose to do this in your driveway at home. You can put one on or not. They're available fairly cheaply at your local paint and body spray shops, body supply. So, and it's just we're using an NHOU spray gun today. You can use your own spray gun, but we want you to see the before. Here's the underside of this van. It's actually in pretty good shape for something 23 years old on the roads in New Jersey. But you can see it's starting to get down into the frame there. It's starting to beat it up. It's all over the leaf springs, obviously, and the back edge of the bumper and so forth. And it continues forward on the vehicle. Danny, do the left side of the rear. Watch and this is pretty simple to spray on. Good. So look at the difference, right? The left side is now coated with a heavy oil-based solution that will cling. It will cling to it and it will spread. It will work its way into the pores of the vehicle. As they say on the bottle, it does help dispel moisture and it works its way down into the metal itself, attaching it. This is a product that has to be repeated I believe on an annual basis or up to 2 years, depending upon environment. But you can see that it really, look at the difference in just an appearance, which is what's nice about the Back in Black. They do make a clear product, similar based oil, does the same thing, has the same properties, the same rust prevention, the same moisture displacement. But we're going to go ahead and do this entire vehicle. I thought you'd like to see what it looked like before. Look at the bottom of that spare. I mean, we're going to shoot that with oil. Not that it's ever going to come down. That spare's probably never been down off the truck in 23 years. So, but that's it. It's a simple process. It's spray and go. If you happen to like to paint vehicles and want to learn how, maybe undercoatings in your future like this, doing a rust prevention product like this to your own vehicles, or perhaps as a franchise, NH Oil Undercoating is always looking for franchisees. You can do that too. You can find more information at nhoilundercoating.com. I'm going to pull back, let Dan take the process over, and I'll slowly fade the camera away. Go to it, Danny. Here's the finished product, or we're done with the back of the vehicle. He's got the whole rear. The undercarriage is covered, right? He's working his way forward. And it's a real simple process. This is easy to do. All right, he's getting into the nooks and crannies. And one of the neat things about NH Oil undercoating products, their oil, you can get it everywhere, but you don't have to get it everywhere. It's going to have a creep action. It's got a spread factor. As you drive, as the vehicle sits, the oil tends to creep along the metal, and it'll find every little nook and cranny. Okay, he's got to go over here a little bit more. All right, we're going to coat these lines, which I should point out, those lines, those are the heating tubes going to the rear of the vehicle. Now, GM originally plated those. They put like a cadmium plating on, I believe. You can see now they're getting down to the base metal. They're starting to rust. It's hard to paint those. It's hard to get to those. It's a nightmare to change them. So we're going to just, put some Back in Black over all of this and hopefully slow down the rusting process. And this person will be able to get a longer life out of their vehicle. Could you imagine if they had done this originally when the vehicle was new? something that's got to be addressed. So let me pull back and let Danny continue. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we're almost done. Dan's done a real good job. Everywhere that's shiny and black, you can see that's been coated. So we've got all the brake lines, we've got the undercarriage, the suspension, the cross member, everything's covered front to back. All right, and we're not so worried about some of these spots that look like they're a little dry. We'll probably hit this a little bit more, but this has a creep action. This will spread and work its way into the nooks and the crannies and any dry areas. So we'll be in good shape in a little bit of time once they dry this. Our last step is, if you notice, they very smartly have created with their sprayer these long hoses. All right, we've now put mouse out into our container. Right, remember we talked about mouse out in the white bottle over there? Because what that's going to do is that has a peppermint scented flavor to it, or scent to it, I'm sorry. And we're going to put that up in the frame rail, and it's a nice long hose. Danny's going to get it up in here, all right? And he's going to go up the distance, and he's going to spray. Go ahead, spray, Danny. And he's going to pull back, and it's going to do the whole length of that frame rail, or that subframe rail, right to the end. All right? So that's the last step. It's very important. We're going to fill all the frame rails and make sure everything is coated so the animals have no place to go. And this vehicle will be done, protected, safe, and good for another 23 years. So I'm Ron Ananian, the car doctor, ably assisted here today by Dynamic Dan, as he's all suited up in his Tyvek suit. He loves it. And like I said, Tyvek, protection, safety, all good stuff. You can do it. You don't have to. But we try to show you the safety methods we use here in the shop. And that's about it. Till the next time. We'll see you guys on radio. More information available about all of this at nhoilundercoating.com. Take care.